most people can't get equipment because they can't afford it. Because there's no sporting gear or stores here. So you have to fly out, which can cost up to the money problem. And if you go out, families won't probably get that much food. It's more important for family to get food, like instead of wasting money on hockey equipment, so you can feed the family.
Whoa. Why do you like hockey?
It takes my stress off. Someday I'm going to play for Team Canada and win us a gold medal.
Around 4,000 people in Sandy Lake. It's an isolated place. Only way to get to Sandy in the summer is by the airport. In the wintertime, we have something called the winter road, and it takes about 7 to 8 hours driving in the bush. Sports is really part of our culture in the First Nations.
We don't have a sports shop in Sandy Lake. We're a fly-in community. Not everybody can afford to leave Sandy Lake on the plane, so they have trouble getting hockey equipment. I worked for Right to Play a few years ago, and I've always been the kind of person that works with kids with sport, and it's important to have sports, to have activities for the kids, because if kids get bored, they look towards the negative parts of doing things. So we want to keep them at a positive level and make sure that they grow up to be good citizens of Sandy Lake First Nation.
Okay, so these 14 pallets here are going to Kasheshwan. We have 6 pallets over here going to Long Lake, another 14 going up to KI. We also have quite a few other things going up to Bearskin, not necessarily hockey equipment related. Oh my goodness, probably another 20 pallets, blankets and hats and boots going up to Red Lake, and then they're going to get distributed further north than we've been able to reach at this point in time. We're working into our 6th month of collecting and sorting hockey equipment. Our large shipment would be going to Sandy Lake, and hopefully we can get that done in the next couple of weeks.
And righty sticks.
Yep, okay, thank you. We'll need more right sticks.
We're doing everything has to be round. Square inch has to be.
Really?
Can you imagine if Jordan Tutu never got his first set of skates, or who knows, there may be the next Haley Wickenhauser of the North, who would have a chance to play hockey if she didn't get that equipment off the hop. So maybe we're helping future stars.
So how far north are you guys taking it with the trucks?
There's 7 drops. We're probably going to drag this stuff into North Bay or Sault Ste. Marie. There's no sense taking the truck here and then going. The stuff out of Timmins is going up to James Bay, which is way up there. So some of these will be on-road drops. We'll be able to drop them at a hub and take them off by truck. I think 3 or 4 of them will be air freighted right into Northern Ontario, right directly into the final destination by air.
Well, MGA apparently came out to one of our drives at the MasterCard Center and saw that we were collecting hockey gear, and then Mark very generously offered to help out, and the rest is history.
And I think when we came to the table, there's an article in the paper on the weekend, the Toronto Star, and then I think some companies from Northern Ontario offered their air services, so it's everything's coming together. Great to see.
It's been a snowball effect of good faith and goodwill.
We need 20 pants. We have a bit more than 20, and we're bringing them over there.
We're really lucky because we have more advantages than them because there's not many stores and they take like a long time to drive to, and this permits them from every kid to play with proper hockey equipment and stuff.
So like getting to play sports is good, new opportunities, new ways to learn things, and staying healthy. Lots of sports that I play have given me more confidence, making more friends, and getting to learn more skills.
Gives them some opportunity for physical exercise, but it also gives them an opportunity to talk about what some of their challenges really are. And more importantly, for the adults to be able to intervene and help and support them. Huge difference.
The value of peer support in a play environment promotes learning, self-awareness, relationship communication skills, and it allows people for a sense of belonging to the group as well, so it prevents isolation. So we're hoping that this initiative can bring people together, help them celebrate who they are and have fun.
Hi.
Hi. What are we doing today?
We're sorting hockey here.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about doing this?
Knowing that I'm helping people.
It's good.
Sandy Lake residents were treated like champions on Tuesday when the Stanley Cup was brought to the remote community in Northern Ontario. Toronto City Councillor Mark Grimes arranged for the Cup to make the trip north.
And I sit on the board of the Hockey Hall of Fame. The executive was able to wrestle the cup off the Prime Minister who wanted it, but it was a feat in itself. I know Jen was on the phone. We had a conference call at 4 o'clock with everybody here from Toronto, and we still didn't have the cup. I said, if I don't have the cup, the Chief's going to kill me, and Jen was going to kill me. So we had a call scheduled for another hour later, 5 o'clock. I got off the phone with Bill Daly, who's number 2 in command of the NHL, and he gave us the cup. He said, just don't get stuck, and I know the Chief won't get us stuck.
Options for these kids to actually get on a plane, go visit the Hockey Hall of Fame and see the replica on display, it's not part of the equation. So being able to take this up there would have been just an absolute miracle.
Wasaya, which is an airline that flies to northern communities, they agreed to volunteer their flights and their pilots and their gas in order to ship all the equipment up here. So it was this whole thing where you have so many parties involved, all trying to come together and give kids an opportunity, give kids a chance to live their dreams, and one day make it on the Stanley Cup, one day make it on the ice professionally. And all of that together, here we are now, where we were able to, distribute 14 truckloads of hockey equipment to our young people and bring the Stanley Cup just for the sheer joy of it. So a lot going on, a lot of people, and I'm so grateful for them.
What's that shirt there? Oh my God.
Nice. So, Jerry.
Let's go, you ready? Yep. Put it down there,
I touched it.
Is this the real one?
Yes,
it is, eh?
Point.
It's a breed!
What an awesome life experience, man. I am absolutely stoked to be here.
So I can see why I brought my Novus jacket now. It's in my suitcase.
Yeah.
So Howie, why do you guys do this? Why do you get to small venues, like small towns like Sandy Lake?
These are the best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we go to big cities, we go to, pretty much every other country in the world, but come to these small little communities. People they'll never get a chance to come to Toronto to see the Cup, so this is something really special for them. So
I heard the population of this town is 2,500 people, and there's 4,000 people here today.
it's what the Cup does, you know. People come out of the woodwork to see it. They'll drive for miles and hours and whatever it takes to get here when they're that close.
If you kiss it, you're gonna get your lips stuck. We deserve it!
You guys gotta bring it back when you win the Stanley Cup, when you get into the NHL. You gotta bring it back. Boys and girls of all ages, are you ready? We want to welcome the Stanley Cup to Sandy Lake. First time in Sandy Lake history that the Cup comes to Sandy Lake. You good?
Here we go. Up.
This is what I feel that Stanley Cup makes a real difference in our community, because what the Stanley Cup for us represents is education. You gotta go to school, and also sportsmanship. You become involved with sports, and hockey. You develop your discipline, how to be disciplined, and also you can be all you can be. It really lifts the community up. One of the elders was talking to me at, you know, where the Stanley Cup arrived at the airport. It's called the cargo area. And most of the time that when we go there, it's when one of our people passes away. And he was telling me, you know, I like this, he says, because this is a different kind of moment. This is a happy moment. He said he really has a different view of that spot now when the Stanley Cup came in. So I'm glad that that's happening to our community. You good?
For me, the highlights were the times where I was able to actually spend with the kids, helping them find equipment, helping them find skates that fit them. And, you know, some of them told me that this is the first pair of skates they've ever had, and they're all excited about it, trying to skate. Yeah, and another thing this one mother said to me was that this gave my children hope. So that was pretty touching.
But I think the aha moment for me was watching those kids play on the ice. And a young little girl in pink, her name was Emily. I don't know, there must have been 15 or 20 kids, but she was not afraid to actually go out there and get the puck off the big boys. The mom said to me, she's only 3. And I said, she has no fear. She says, no. But now her and her brother can skate and play together. And I fit her brother as well. And it brought together a family. And I'm assuming their friends were out there on the ice playing as well. So to have them actually bond together in something that's common And the mother was just over the moon. It didn't take very much. Is it effortless? No, there's a lot of effort that went into it. But if you take a look at the energy a group of people had to put in, it was small little snippets made something so big, it'll change the entire life of the whole town.
For a long time.
For a very long time.
You know, and I think it meant a lot to them that we came and we really showed them that we cared.